What's up, everyone? It's Jeff with Jeff West Properties, your host for the Conroe Living Channel, where we identify and celebrate everything that makes Conroe, Texas, one of the fastest growing cities in America. Today is Community Tour Monday, and we are standing in one of the newest master plan communities in the Montgomery County area on the southeast side of Conroe. This is a neighborhood of Mavera. Let's go on a tour. Tucked away in the pine forests of Montgomery County, at the intersection of Highway 242 and FM 1314, is the neighborhood of Mavera, one of the greater Houston area's newest master plan communities. Though this area of Montgomery County is starting to explode with growth, you'll find serenity as soon as you turn in the neighborhood. Beautiful community lakes are found throughout the neighborhood, as well as parks within walking distance of every home, and over 2 miles of walking paths to take it all in. The community meetup spot is the grounds, which is an awesome recreation site for events and gatherings. It's also where you'll find the pool house, a luxury resort style amenity. It's got a covered pavilion with picnic tables, lounge chairs to take in the sun, actual cabanas for those times when you want to feel more important than the peasants in the lounge chairs, and hammocks, which are the lounge chairs of the air, as they're called by, well, nobody. And of course, the main attraction, the community pool with splash pad. Mavera is a Pulte community, featuring homes by both Pulte and Centex, which are both under the Pulte Homes umbrella. You've also got Beazer homes rounding out the list. Prices start in the low 3s and go up to the mid 4s. So if you want to know what they look like on the inside, let's check out the Amherst model from Pulte. All right, as I try to do with all of my community tours, I want to give you a pros cons list, all of the positive and negative things about choosing Mavera as your home. But before I do that, please don't forget to give this video a
like.
Every time you do, it tells YouTube that this video needs to be seen by more people. And I know you. You're not a selfish person. You're a giver. So you don't want to keep this video to yourself and deprive the world of what it really means.
Well, that's laying it on a little thick.
Okay, here are my pros and cons of living in Mavera. One of the pros of living in Mavera is its rec center. Now, there have been many master plan communities that have been built over the years in the Houston area, but I don't think many of them can compare to the rec center that Mavera has. It's really like having resort-style amenities right in your backyard. I grew up in River Plantation, another neighborhood in Conroe that had its own swim team, so you know how important the pool was, but it wasn't nearly as nice as what Mavera has. Side note, you should have seen me when I was a kid. I was an amazing swimmer. I should have made All Valley, but that wasn't a thing. One con of living in Mavera is it feels pretty remote. Mavera is right in between I-45 in the North Houston Woodlands area and I-69 on the northeast side of town where Kingwood and the airport is. This area has never been developed, so it doesn't really have a lot around it yet. Now, I say yet because this area is starting to explode with growth. You've got Artavia that's starting its next phase that's just south of here. You've got the new community of Evergreen that's going in just a couple of miles west. And there's going to be a lot of different housing opportunities in this general area. And as this area continues to grow and all these communities continue to grow, you're going to start to see, more restaurants, more possible grocery stores, strip centers, things like that. But right now you're going to have to do a little driving in one direction or the other to find your amenities. This kind of goes along with that con because there is so much being developed, not only in the communities, but on FM 1314 and Highway 242, which are the two main intersections to the community. You're going to be living in construction for several years. Another pro of Mavera, it has relatively low HOA fees. Currently, the HOA dues are only $700 a year, which for a master plan community is incredibly reasonable, especially for what you get. Even though the HOA dues are a little lower, it's kind of offset by this next con, and that is the taxes. Like so many other new master plan communities going in undeveloped areas, the taxes tend to be pretty high because you've got mud bonds for infrastructure that have to be paid off over time, and they're paid through the taxes. Currently, the taxes are sitting at 3.2%, but as the area continues to pay those bonds down, it will go down over time. Another pro, and this one was surprising to me, is all the different options for housing. Mavera is a Pulte community, and the only builders here are Pulte and its sister company, Centex, as well as Beazer. So with only 3 builders, you would think there wouldn't be a lot of options. There are 49 home plans between the 3 different builders, and when you add different elevation options to that, you're going to find a lot of diversity in this community. Another con, I thought this was kind of a shame, there's not many trees directly in the community. Part of the draw of Montgomery County is that most of it is heavily forested. Mavera has the forest all around it, but it cleared out a lot of the trees in making the development. With some of the other developments, they kept a lot more of the trees in place to add to the scenery. Places like Artavia, which is right across the street, or Grand Central Park, the Woodlands Hills up in Willis, or well, actually the Woodlands, the whole city. The final pro is that Mavera is incredibly affordable. Unlike a lot of the other communities that I highlight, Mavera starts in the low 3s and doesn't get much above $400,000, and that's for houses over 3,000 square feet. And that is the vast majority of these houses, with a home from Beazer topping the list at $449,000. If you compare that to, say, Artavia, which is right across the street, or Evergreen, which is just a little to the left, they've got homes that are going up into the $800,000 range or higher. So when you consider all of the amenities, the HOA, and know that none of the houses here go over $450,000, it's an incredible bargain comparatively. Now, if you live in Mavera or know anyone who lives in Mavera, what do you think? What do you think about living in the community? Did I hit all the highlights, all the pros and cons? Let me know in the comments. If you'd like more information on Mavera or any other community in the greater Houston area, just pick up the phone, give me a call, text, or email, and I'd be happy to help. I've helped people from all over the nation call Conroe and the greater Houston area home. I'm a relocation specialist who helps people relocate, especially. If you want to know more about one of the fastest growing cities in America, Conroe, Texas, make sure to subscribe to the Conroe Living Channel. Learn about its neighborhoods, its food scene, its recreation activities, every famous rugby player who has ever lived or grown up in town. I'll give you a hint, it's none. And for more community tours, check out this playlist.